Today, I'm going to be doing my first movie review of my favorite movie, Night of the Living Dead. I'd like to discuss this movie in a different context, in that a lot of dialogue has been generated about certain nuances and deeper meanings of Night of the Living Dead, but I'd like to say that I would like to view this movie through the eyes of how George A. Romero envisioned it to be. Number one, the casting of Dwayne Jones as Ben was done basically because he gave the best performance. It did not have to do anything with his ethnicity. Albeit it is excellent that he was the first African American male to be the starring role in a horror movie. Dwayne Jones is an idol of mine. As we move forward, it is important to see that Night of the Living Dead, the crux of this movie, is how do human beings respond in a zombie apocalypse? How will they act towards each other? In the movie, you could see there was a lot of distrust, a lot of anger, somewhat poor planning, and this is very indicative of how human beings would act during a zombie apocalypse. That's what I think really captivates this movie for its excellence. It's not so much about zombies attacking human beings or the gore aspect of it. I believe that the crux of the movie is how do human beings interact with each other during a zombie apocalypse or any natural disaster. And the movie shows with clarity and fidelity how human beings tend to melt down and become very difficult to work with, especially with each other. I believe that the movie was made at a very pivotal time of political turmoil in the United States and international turmoil, in that the Vietnam War was going on. I think this movie was a foretelling, even for the future, how people would act if they were struggling through something like the zombie apocalypse. I believe that people who indulge in different theories and subcontexts, I think that's healthy to have to discuss this movie, but I really believe that the focus of this movie is how people react to terrorizing events. How do they work together or not work together? And also, to get right to the point, it really shows how do people act when an apocalypse happens. Their true nature comes out. Those who are cooperative individuals will cooperate with each other. Those who are not won't. And I believe one of the reasons Night of the Living Dead is a masterpiece, it shows not only the horror of zombies and the zombie apocalypse, but also shows the base human nature of how people would act when they are faced with a situation like they were facing in Night of the Living Dead. Well, that's my short synopsis of the movie. I'm going to have more to come when it comes to Dawn of the Dead, and then later on, Day of the Dead. But Night of the Living Dead is a movie that I think is pivotal, for understanding the future of zombie movies. And it was the perfect blueprint for what zombie movies should be. And I'll leave that up to you to agree or disagree, but it definitely stands out as pretty much my favorite movie. Thank you for listening.